right then, we'll start with our news for this morning, the beginning of the end of the lockdown, that is. We're finally in a downward trajectory to the end of a rather painful fight against the pandemic.
The country will move to alert level 1 of the COVID-19 lockdown on Monday. President Cyril Ramaphosa announced this during his address to the nation last night.
The new level comes with fewer restrictions, but still has rules.
Consultations with a number of stakeholders, provincial, local government, traditional leaders, and drawing on the advice of scientists and engagements with various stakeholders, Cabinet decided this morning that the country should now move to alert level 1. The move to alert level 1 will take effect from midnight on Sunday, the 20th of September 2020. This move recognizes that levels of infections are relatively low and that there is sufficient capacity in our health system to manage the current need. The move to alert level 1 will mean a further easing of restrictions on gatherings, social, religious, political and other gatherings will now be permitted as long as the number of people does not exceed 50% of the normal capacity of a venue or the facility.
Now we're going to outline more of what it involves, but basically we're heading towards the rather painful end of this lockdown process, starting with level 5. A lot more freedoms. We touched on it very briefly, have to be mature about this to make sure that we don't add to the second wave, which is still expected. But great news. I mean, unlocking business basically is what's happening.
That's fantastic. And also when it comes to tourism, I mean, we know it's been one of the most hardest hit sectors within South Africa. So that international, tourism effect coming into play just in terms of the borders now being open. The president did, however, mention that there will be strict, regulations in terms of how they monitor who comes into the country. You need to provide the proof that you've tested negative for the past 72 hours at least, and if you come from any high-risk country, unfortunately, that individual will not be allowed.
You know what we need to play up in this country? The fact that we haven't been as hard hit as we expected. That, we're safe. Come on in.
All right then. Well, let's speak more about the president's announcement. No more battling to get the bottle. You'll now be permitted to buy your favorite alcoholic beverage from Monday to Friday.
As part of the gradual return to regular economic and social activity, the hours of curfew have been changed. The curfew will now apply between midnight and 4 a.m. The sale of alcohol at retail outlets for home consumption is now permitted from Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 1700. Alcohol will be permitted for on-site consumption in licensed establishments only and with strict adherence to the curfew. In the next few days, the updated regulations will be published and ministers will provide detailed briefings on all these measures.
Well, if you've been rather fantasizing about traveling abroad, the wait is over. Travel is now opening up. Foreign tourists will also be able to be welcomed back rather to our shores from next month.
One of the earliest measures we took to contain the spread of the virus was to severely restrict international arrivals and to close our borders. With a move to alert level 1, we will gradually and cautiously ease restrictions on international travel. We will be allowing travel into and out of South Africa for business, leisure and other travel with effect from the 1st of October 2020. This is subject to various containment and mitigation measures. Travel may be restricted to and from certain countries that have high infection rates. A list of those countries will be published and it will be based on the latest scientific data that we will be able to get.